Get truth or die lying with Iggy, MB5679. Let's get it.
This is Get Truth or Die Lying, because it's truth or die, baby, with Iggy, MB5679. Now I'm here with two of my buddies, man, and I'm going to start this off to show you guys. Don't do drugs. This is why you do not smoke K2. Alright, now with that. YouTube, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. This is Get Truth or Die Lying with Iggy, because it is truth or die. We're trying to put the truth out there to save this world, maybe to save a life, maybe to turn people's futures around, who knows. But regardless, we've been being lied to our entire lives. In our entire lives, we've been being programmed with these lies to believe in something that isn't true. We're being programmed, we're enslaved to the dollar bill. So anyway, that's the objective, that's the movement. Get truth or die lying. Now, as you can see, guys, I just showed you the product of a drug addict, and that is the product of a synthetic marijuana drug called K2. Stay away from it, because there's zombies, people fall out from it, it even kills people. So just a quick little thing to start off with is stay away from the drugs. It ain't good. Now I'm here with two of my buddies. If you remember, Deer Lakes, I'm gonna introduce them right now. And if you remember, about 29 days ago, we did an interview with him. DOC, Department of Corrections of Pennsylvania, had sent him back to prison. And what we're trying to do here is almost put in petitions to change the way that the judicial system is ran, not only in Pennsylvania, but all over our nation, maybe even the world. Regardless, somebody got to stand up for the dudes in prison. They don't have a voice. Well, now they do. I'm the voice of the penitentiary, and all the people that I got in there, all the people I lost to them, and so are my boys. So, here they
I'm Deer Lakes, NA3150. You might remember me from last time when we left off. I was going to a 28-day rehab. If you want to call it a rehab, it was a joke. I got there, I had no counselor for the first 10 days, didn't meet this dude, had all kinds of questions about my recovery, questions of my aftercare, outpatient. They had no answers for me. No one could help me. So this dude gets back from wherever he was for 10 days, who knows. Doesn't say a word to me, takes 3 more days off. I'm only there for 28 days. I met with this dude was there 5 days out of the 28 drug and alcohol program. When they sent me there because I was trying to better myself by getting on an MAT, I had a dirty urine for a MAT that I got from a doctor, and they told me to get on it. Instead,
real quick, dear, let's go back and recap to them. Remind them back 29 days ago when we did that interview before they sent you back. What happened with the Suboxone? Suboxone is a maintenance drug for opiate addicted people on opiates, and let's explain to them back. Remember what they did with the Suboxone and the dirty urine, and how you got caught up with that because they allowed you to, and then set you up.
Well, first off, I asked them if I could get on a Suboxone maintenance program, and they kept spinning me, putting me off. So I went and got on it on my own because I was in fear of my life to go back to using heroin. I didn't want to use heroin no more. So I went to the doctors, did everything correctly.
Yeah, didn't they allow it though, bro? They allowed you to do that.
They told me to go to the doctors. I went to the doctors. So I told them I took the prescription. They wanted the paper prescription. They wanted the paper prescription from my doctor. I told them I already started taking it. Well, they weren't happy with that. So instead of working with me and trying, they sent me to a 28-day rehab, DOC rehab, which is a complete joke. Yard out all day long. Don't care about our recovery. The renewal system is a scam. All they want is for you to pay them, give them money. They don't care. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about us. We're inmates to them. They do not care. And it was just, it was a joke. I feel like I accomplished nothing when I was there. It set me back. It set me back in my life. You know, the little bit of stuff I did accomplish while I was on the street, it's all gone now because they wanted me to go and be babysat for 28 days and didn't learn anything about my recovery.
Explain to the people what the renewal is. Tell them what the renewal is. Briefly, just tell them what it is.
It's a DOC ran halfway house / rehab. It's ran by the DOC, so they don't give a fuck about you. They just want that you gotta listen to their rules. You know, drug use in the building all day. You know, it's a joke.
But what is it, bro? Tell them what it's supposed to be. What's
Community Correctional Center.
A community correctional center.
Okay, a halfway house. And what is the halfway house interpreted for? What's it put in place for?
To get on the streets because we don't have home plans.
Okay, a halfway house is when you don't have a home plan and you come home.
Reintegrating us into the community.
Why don't you maybe explain to them how the renewal process works when, now guys, just so you know, the renewal is a halfway house in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They take county inmates, federal inmates, and state inmates. I'm with 2 state inmates that I was in jail with. I met both of them in prison, but we know each other about 4 or 5 years now. These kids are both state parole dudes that I'm with. Like I said, I've known them for years. They're on the right path in life, and that's why I'm putting them on the show. Why don't you explain to them, dear, as far as the state inmates, the renewal system and what their checks do when you go to work? What do they do with your money?
Well,
tell them how they're setting us up, dear. Get them, dear. Hey, dear, get them, dear.
They want us to get a job so we can home plan. They save our money to get our own place so we don't go to state. But then they take 40% of our paycheck.
Ridiculous, cuz.
They take 40% of it.
Unbelievable.
With my type of record, how can I get a decent job that pays good to save up, and then they take 40% of it?
That's crazy, cuz.
At best, I'm getting a job making $13 an hour with my record, and then they take 40% of it. What am I supposed to do?
How do you save money like that?
You don't save money like that.
Do you hear what they just did?
In the way the economy is now, as much as an apartment is for rent, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely.
No, we're not John X. We're not telling you the world's gonna end.
It's absolutely ridiculous. How do they want me to be successful and change my life when I don't even have money to get an apartment? They want to take it all.
Tell them how many home plans you gave the renewal.
3.
3. And did they accept one of them?
No.
And was it the home you was going to? Was it a crack house?
No.
It was a good home, middle class neighborhood, and with who?
My mother.
There you go. But they won't let him go home because they know if he goes home, he has more opportunities to be successful rather than opportunities to come back. No. When you stay in this halfway house, you're limited opportunities and you're most likely to go back to prison because nothing around you but criminal activity, drug deals. Just put it like this. It's like living in a house with 500 criminals.
They denied my home plan for my mother's house because she has a Bichon Terrier dog and it was barking and they said it was a vicious dog. Do you know what the size of Bichon dog is? How is that a vicious dog?
That's crazy.
It makes that was their excuse, so I had to sit in that halfway house and pay them their money.
That's crazy. Now, let's wrap this up with, if there's a kid out there, let's say a young teenager, maybe a young adult, or even a man in his 20s and he's going down a criminal lifestyle, what do you have to tell him, dear?
When I was younger, old heads always told me, you're going to wish you listened to me with the advice I give you. And for all the young people out there, you need to listen to my advice. It's not worth it. It's not worth the little bit of fun and the smoking reefer and doing all this, because it all escalates. You're going to be, before you know it, you're going to have 10 years in a joint, multiple state numbers, in the same position I'm in. Don't know what to do.
And wish you listen.
And wish you listen to someone like me that tried giving you nothing but a positive advice. It's not cool. You know what's cool? Going to school, getting a college education, picking up a trade. That's cool. Not running around in the streets with guns and drugs and trying to be the man. That's not cool. The cool thing is to go to school.
Ain't no doubt. I concur. And like we said, if you listen, man, if you are a grown dude and you're looking at us like we're a bunch of goofy mugs, check us out, man. We're out here in the streets every day. This shit's for real. So if you're grown, listen, get it too, man. If you're in your 20s and you're going down that lifestyle, you're selling dope, you're selling crap, listen, trust me, bro. In 10 more years after you did a couple state bids, you're gonna wish that when you was 21, you didn't. I'm trying to tell you right now, you're gonna wish you didn't. So don't take this as some dude that act like you know everything. No, we're speaking from personal experiences. Right?
Be a
And
square.
these dudes are still in the system. I am lucky enough to be maxed out, no probation, I'm done with everything. Like I said, I met this dude in jail. It's just for real. Now we're gonna get into my other homie. Wrap it up there.
My state number's NA3150. I wish I could tell you I don't have one. I wish I could tell you if I could take it all back and change my life, I would. I would be a square. I would be a nerd. I would do the
Ain't
right
no
thing.
doubt.
And that's all I got, man. You know, just take what I say to the heart. I love you guys. I love Pittsburgh, realest city out there. That's all I got, man.
Alright, good shit there. Good shit's my homie. Alright guys, now I just switched booths. Now I'm gonna introduce my man Phil. He is fresh out, just touched the streets, and he's gonna give you a story. What's your name, bro?
My name is Phil.
Just state number.
LM1444, second one, first one, FN 8695. One thing I don't do is lie. Alright, I don't lie to people, so I don't expect to get lied to. Alright? It shows about the truth, so I'm gonna give y'all the truth. I'm not sure how many people, how many viewers are watching this that know exactly what goes on and what the penitentiary is about. Not even the penitentiary, just the Department of Corrections in general. But we're being warehoused, we're being moved around like cattle. It's job security. People are getting sent to the penitentiary, okay, on a daily basis to make sure that politicians consistently have money and checks coming in. Okay, judges, DAs, lawyers, whoever, public defenders even. Okay, there will constantly be job security in the Department of Corrections. I went to a vocational school, and within the next 10 years, that was the most job opportunity having job there will be in the next 10 years, is a Department of Corrections officer.
Wow.
That's because in life, you know, we got to keep dealing with places like the Noel Center, and there's no programs for an addict. Okay, like they'll tell you that they're gonna do all this. They're gonna tell you that there's grants, there's funds, there's this, there's that. You know what I mean? You have all this stuff working for you. Man, there's none of that. There's none of that going on. There's none of that. All right, I put in 3 home plans from the Noel Center. I was told one was denied because I committed a crime there 10 years ago. All right, and my home plan was denied. So what I'm gonna do is, all right, I'm gonna play their game with them. I'm not gonna get a job. I'm not gonna pay y'all 40% of my money. I maxed out February 22nd, so I'm gonna stay at your place rent free. You know what I mean? For as long as I want, until y'all kick me out.
Hell yeah,
Because that's just what y'all do. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna give y'all a little taste of your own medicine. As long as we continue to be cattled and warehoused and moved around like fucking fur coats, this will continue to be a downward spiral. And sooner or later, there's going to be a fence around PA if we don't do something about it, man. If we don't step up and we don't help these dudes that's in there, they don't have a voice. These dudes that sit behind, you know what I mean, 3 razor wire fences, they can't get the feds to come fucking help them. You know what I mean? So we're the only ones that can help these dudes, man. You know what I mean? And like, I just did 5, man. You know what I mean? I've been back 3 times on violations over bullshit. Bullshit. I'm talking about dirty yarns, man. You know what I mean? You tell me all this shit, you give me all this work, all this help. You got all these programs out here. But your first thing is to send me back to a fucking state correctional institution for a hot yarn. I mean, if that's your thing, I'm built like that. We could do that. You know what I mean? I'm with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got life. I will be home again. But there's a lot of truth out there, man, that you guys don't know about. You know what I mean? And the more people that you hear from, I think the more yins are gonna see that this ain't nothing but a fucking racket. That's all it is. This is a business, big business. This is bigger than big tobacco. This is bigger than big liquor. This is bigger than big pharmaceutical. All right. This is fucking Department of Corrections. It is a government-owned business. Is what it is, and it'll be that until we either change the way we live, or do something to help the guys that's in there, man.
Right, because it's like a setup.
Yeah, do something, because that's what it is. Once you get that first number, that's the whole reason for there's no flat sentences. There's no flat sentences, okay? Because they know as a criminal, it's better. You got more than 50-50 chance on fucking up. Your 50-50 shot on fucking up is that's high. You know what I mean? Your shots on fucking up for real are like 88% when you're when you're on parole. You know what I mean? So that's why there's no flat time in PA, because that parole that you got to walk off is job security for them. They know you're gonna fuck up. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that it's a guarantee you will, but you talk to a cop on parole. That's police contact. You just violated parole, man. For talking to him. You know what I mean? So
crazy, man. So let me ask you, do you believe, from your perspective, when you are, well, let's start back at county time. Before you ever went upstate and you start breaking the law as a youngster, do you feel like they ever gave you a chance for rehabilitation? Or was it almost set up to make you land in prison one day?
I think I seen this coming as a tricycle. When I was on a tricycle, I seen this coming, man. No bullshit. I feel like I know from older friends that I've had in the penitentiary that it was a loss no matter what. I knew that at a young age. There is no rehabilitation. Okay, the only rehabilitation you get is in your own mind that you yourself, okay, made the conscious decision to do this. Okay, you're not being helped with nothing. If that's what you're looking for, you're not gonna get no help. Okay, which one to go to the 700 building and talk about, you know what I'm saying, some your siblings, talk to a counselor about some, you know what I mean, some home problems, because that's what you get. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna talk to somebody about drug and alcohol problems, I want to talk to an addict. I don't want to talk to somebody that's never got high a day in their life.
Right.
And you're gonna tell me about a drug and alcohol problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the type of people you deal with. You deal with people that's never lived anything that you're living, but they're gonna tell you how not to live it.
And judge you.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You're gonna look down your nose at me because I got a state number. All right, well, look down the nose of the fact that I spent more money than you probably ever touched in your life. Look down the nose at that. You know what I mean? Look down the nose of as long as people continue to judge the next person, as long as that happens, there's always, we're always gonna be at the bottom of the food chain. Always. We're always gonna be looked down at. We're always gonna have the worst jobs. Okay? So that's why you always get them people that get out and like, you know what, fuck you. I'm gonna go get me a package. I'm gonna do me. Those are the people that honestly the DOC has ruined. They're ruined. You know what I mean? The DOC did that.
Well, we're sitting here because I have Perez calling from Fayette, and we're trying to do these movements on isolation, solitary confinement, and petition on it, and get these motherfuckers to stop doing this to us. From the whole time you did, can you explain what it's like being in that cell for 23 hours a day? Tell them, just like basically, my bad. My question is like, what do you think whole time is making people behavior change and helping them to realize they were bad boys and they should go to the hole when they do something bad? Or do you think it's making them 10 times worse?
No, that's all it does is make them 10 times worse. All right, you take a person that's, okay, got free range to walk around, you know what I mean? Okay, granted, it might be in an institution, okay, you don't have free range to walk where you want to walk, okay? But when you take a human being, okay, and you lock them in an 8x8 room for, 23 hours a day for 90 days, 180 days, 365 days. What do you think you're gonna do to that man? What do you think? He's gonna go crazy, okay? He's in there running off the walls, man. There's no. Now, granted, I understand that. Okay, this has been a punishment for years and years on end, okay? But things like this, nobody finds out about what goes on in there because
now they are.
In there. There's no, oh yeah, now they are.
Oh shit, my bad, guys.
There's no cameras in there, okay? The only people that we have for real, besides us, that are gonna boot for us, is the Department of Justice and the feds. Those are the only ones that are gonna come in and change anything, okay? Like the feds might come in and see how terrible the food is. Man, y'all gotta step this up, man. Y'all can't feed this shit to these dudes, you know what I mean? They're the only ones that are gonna help us. But every time that inspections do, or every time they know they're coming, they're all the way on top of their game. Everybody's locked in the cell. Can't nobody go talk to them. You see what I'm saying? Like everything's locked down to where you're not gonna get nothing outside of this institution. You know what I mean? Like and if you do get something outside the institution, we're just gonna be prepared for when it comes. You're gonna continue to lose this battle, yo. We're not gonna win this fight unless, you know, we stand up, man, and stand together and do this shit the right way, man. We gotta do it together because not one person, not one voice is gonna change anything.
Ain't no doubt. I concur, bro. We'll wrap this one up, guys. That's Phil and Deer. Don't worry though, because we'll probably get them again. Probably interview them again. Deer, Phil, Iggy, MB5679. This is Truth or Die. I'll get back with y'all.